All right, hey everybody, good evening, welcome back to another episode of Andrea Speaks TV. I'm Andrea, back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Okay, I hope everyone is doing well on this, what is today, y'all? Thursday evening. I want to say thank you all so much for your continued support. Okay, it is Thursday evening where I am here on the East Coast. Some of you all may be watching this as you eat dinner or, taking care of whatever you need to take care of. Wait. I want to say thank you all for continuing to support me here on the channel. Okay, now as you all can see, it's nighttime. So you may not be able to see me. You can at least hear me. Okay, I want to come on and talk about food shortages. Okay, hello to everyone tuning in. Thank you. Okay, please give me a thumbs up. That will let me know you can me and you can see me. Okay, I'm coming on to talk about why all these things are y'all. Okay, just today, it seemed like every day, y'all. Okay, it seemed like every day there is seem like every day there's something going. Every day there's something going on. Every day it seemed like more and more people, right? More and more people are becoming upset. People are upset with our current administration for whatever reason. People are upset because and I'm not here to criticize anyone. People are certainly entitled to feel how they feel, right? People are upset with our current administration, our government. Upset because they feel like certain benefits, certain things that they've had are being taken away from them, whether it's grants, opportunities. People are losing their jobs. Okay, stores are closing. Are you all seeing these things in your area? Please let me know. Stores are closing. We've been talking about food prices. Okay, eggs. Y'all listen. Can you buy eggs in your area? Okay, please let me know. Excuse me, as a matter of fact, the thumbnail to this video, okay, I showed you all. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me, I showed you all a picture where in the store, y'all, okay, there were no eggs on the shelf. What is going on? Okay, thank you for tuning in. Hello, please comment. Let me know that the comments are working. Also, this video a thumbs up. That way I know you can hear me and see me. Okay, it's nighttime where I am. So you may not be able to see me clearly, okay, as if it were in the daytime. But listen, y'all, a lot of people, okay, are you all seeing this, whether it's social media, people that you see on a daily basis, people that you come in contact with, whether it's in a grocery store, the barbershop, the hair salon, the nail salon, the clothing store, wherever it is that you have to go, okay, whoever it is that you interact with, are you noticing that people are angrier, okay, and seem like getting angrier by the day, okay? A lot of it, from what I can see and gather, appears to be due to political decisions that are being. You all know that our current president, okay, President Trump, he's been in office now, over 30 days, and he has done a lot of things, okay? A lot of things. Again, I'm not here to criticize how anyone feels about the decisions that President Trump has been making. I will say this, okay? He has made a lot of decisions. A lot of those decisions, there are some people who are applauding, saying, hey, he's moving our country right direction, okay? He even said, okay, in his speech to, I believe it was Congress, right? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. When he went before Congress, he said, literally in the first minute or two of his speech, he said, America is back, okay? Did you all hear him when he said that? So we know, okay, we already know that there are a lot of people who are saying that our country, the United States of America, in the right direction compared to the previous administration. But then there are also some people, okay, who feel like President Trump is, for whatever reason, based on his decisions, some people feel like our country is being taken back. Okay, now you can comment on that if you want to. I'm not here to tell you which way to feel one way or the other. But what I'm here to say is I'm noticing, okay, it seemed like by day, more and more people are becoming upset. Okay, even today, y'all, okay, before I came on, before I hit go live, right, before I hit the go live button, I looked and I saw where there are talks, okay, there are rumors and talks now saying that President Trump is preparing, okay, allegedly preparing an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. Okay, many people about that for various reasons. I'll talk about it in another video. But listen, the point I'm trying to make is, okay, while all these things are going on, okay, while this side is talking about that side, while they want you to think about this, while they want you to be upset about that, while they want you to boycott. Okay, hello, can we talk about the Target boycott? Okay, are you boycotting Target? I can't say that I am. I just actually was in Target just the other day. Okay, now I'm not here to tell you to boycott Target. I'm not here to tell you not to boycott Target. Okay, you have to do whatever you feel like is best for you and your family. Okay, but I mentioned it because out of everything that's happening, things that are going on, there are people, whether it's groups of people, individuals, okay, and you can do your research, okay, right? You can do your research. There are individuals, groups of people who are boycotting Target, okay, for whatever reason. My research has said that it's due to, I believe, Target pulling back on some of its DEI initiatives. Okay, you can look to that more if you wish to. Okay, but again, y'all, with everything that's going on, okay, the question I want to ask you is, are you aware? Okay, are you aware that food shortages are happening? What is your survival plan? Y'all know, if you go back to the beginning of this channel, okay, I started this channel in the year 2021. This year will be 4 years, okay, since Andrea's TV has been on this platform. And listen, y'all, I've been saying for the longest, listen, food shortages are coming, okay? I've been saying that for years now. I'm actually seeing it in the store, okay? Are you seeing food shortages in your area? I told you I'm in the South. I'm in different cities, to different locations. And so I'm seeing this, okay? I'm not just sitting behind a computer screen reading about what I think is happening. I'm actually seeing it as I'm traveling, okay? Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. If this is your first time tuning in, listen, hit the subscribe button, lock in with me. Make sure that you join our community, okay? If you're concerned about the times that we're living in, seeking truth, transparency, if you're asking questions just like me, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Listen, y'all, do you know that food shortages are going on, okay? Are you seeing food shortages in your area? The thumbnail of this video, as I said, I took that picture, okay? I didn't download or clip that from the internet. That's something that I seen with my own 2 eyes, okay? The grocery store, no eggs. Can you find eggs in your area? What's going on with eggs? Now, I shared on the community tab, right? I shared on the community tab that here in maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month or two back, there was a case of, I believe, bird flu, okay, at a poultry processing facility. Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong with the terminology. But I believe due to that, okay, allegedly, they had to put a halt on production. And so, of course, that's going to affect supply and demand, whether it drove up the prices of eggs or what caused a shortage, y'all. That's what's happening. This is what's happening here in Georgia, okay? Now, I also did a poll a couple of weeks ago here on the channel, and I asked you all, I said, are you having trouble finding eggs in your area? And most of you, if not all of you, said, and that's a good thing, okay? That is a good thing. However, I want to, suggest for those of you all who use eggs or you eat eggs, you may want a backup, whether it's using egg powder, okay? Using powder, finding other substitutes for eggs. You can certainly do your research on that. Or you may say, Andrea, I don't eat eggs. Okay, that's fine. I'm not even here to promote eggs and tell you to eat eggs, right? I'm just simply saying that based on what I have seen, okay, not what I have read, based on what I have seen with my own 2 eyes here in the state of Georgia, okay, eggs seem to be in a shortage. Do you believe it's a shortage? Or could it be that the grocery stores, let me say this, y'all, not only is there a shortage, but there's also a limit being placed on how many eggs people can buy, okay? You all, please make sure you hit the thumbs up video. I want to get this message to as many people as possible. That will also let me know that you can hear me and also see me in the video, okay? So what I'm saying, y'all, so do you think that stores are, so let me, before I mention that, right? Stores are putting limits on eggs. Okay, are you seeing that? Let me know. Is this just a Georgia thing? Is this just something that I'm seeing here in the South? Let me know, are you seeing this too, y'all? Store putting limits on eggs, okay? One location that I went to, They at first they were asking people, please, okay, before they put the limit, okay, before they put a number to the limit, right, as the limit, they were asking people, please only buy what you need, okay? But that wasn't enough, y'all, because guess what? Now they're telling people, okay, and this particular place, right? This particular place, they would actually let people come in and they would let people buy the box, okay? So you can come in, you can get several dozens of eggs by the box. But they have restricted that now, okay, due to what's going on with the food shortage, right? They have told people that now you're limited to 3 cartons of eggs per visit, okay? I also visited another location, okay? Now that what I just mentioned previously, I'm a farmer's market here in my particular area. Also, okay, I just went to Whole Foods. I went to Whole Foods. They also place limits. I'll put a picture on the community tab. Okay, another reason why you need to join the channel, join the community, is so that you can stay informed, because I also make posts here on the community tab. But Whole Foods, okay, they actually had a sign on the cooler where the eggs were. Very limited on eggs. I took a picture. I'll post it on the community tab after the video. But they were saying that they were having trouble, okay? They were having trouble or challenges finding eggs that met their quality standards, okay? So they were asking people to please be patient, and also limiting, I believe the sign also said they were limiting how many eggs people can purchase, okay? So again, this is just eggs I'm speaking about specifically. Something else that I'm noticing, y'all, and this is not headline news, okay? Well, I think that's the case, right? Something else that I'm noticing is in particular farmers market that I go to, I'm noticing there's a shortage of organic foods, okay? A shortage. There's less and less organic foods that are available. That could be a concern for those of you who, like myself, who try to eat as much organic as possible, free of chemicals, pesticides, things of that nature. Depending on what day of the week. Now, one thing I noticed, and I've said this before, I've seen it in my videos, of course, at places like a farmer's market on the weekend, some of your busier shopping times and days, of course, they're going to put a lot of food out, okay? But I'm noticing that during the week, it seemed like to me, y'all, they're even rationing. They may not be saying it. They may not have a sign right. But it seems like to me that they're even rationing the other things like fruits and vegetables. It used to be a time, y'all, where, and go back and look at some of my videos where I have been in stores, okay? One place in particular, the tables, okay? The tables used to be full of fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about from the end of the table all the way to the middle of the table, all the way to the end, full of fruits and vegetables, right? Now you have some areas of the table where it's completely bare, okay? Several tables, as a matter of fact, where it's completely bare, okay? Now, I told you all, okay, going back, looking at things like unusual weather patterns. Speaking of unusual weather, okay, here in Georgia. Now, again, on the community tab, I call up to date several times, oftentimes, how the weather is in my particular area, right? Well, listen, y'all, right now in Georgia, it's very cold, okay? It's feeling like we're in the middle of winter again, okay? Y'all see I'm vehicle, I'm bundled up. I have my coat on. As a matter of fact, I have my scarf here. I even have a blanket, okay? And I also have some survival items with me, because you just never know. You may get stuck in traffic. You don't know what happened, right? And you need to have some things on you that will help you survive and get to your destination. Especially times where it's cold, it's windy, it could be raining. You need items to help keep you warm, okay? So I keep a blanket. I keep a blanket in the car, especially in the colder months. But listen, y'all, unusual weather patterns, okay? You don't think this has an effect, an impact on our food supply, okay? If it's supposed to be, for example, now it's the month of March, right? Normally it's starting to, usually, okay, in a, I'll say normal season, right? It's starting to warm up. People are starting their seeds. People are planting their plants outside. But all of this, one week is warm and feeling like spring, and the next week is cold, and the threats of freeze warnings and frost advisories. Y'all don't think that's having an effect or an impact on our growing season, on the plants that are growing? As a matter of fact, I said this on the channel. You know, they even changed the maps, okay, on the back of the seed packet, okay, for those of y'all who garden. If you look on the back of the seed packets and you even compare maybe the new ones to the old ones, you can see they made some changes, okay, based on the climate. I talked about this in a previous video. They made changes based on the climate, okay, saying that, you know, normally you would start growing this month due to the weather, whether it was increasing temperatures. Now you need to grow it starting in this month. Okay, do your research on that, y'all. I talked about that in a video. But food shortages are happening. Let me know, y'all, in the comments. Are you seeing food shortages in your area? Okay. Now, even when you search food shortages, hold on just a minute. Let me look this up, y'all. If you type in, I can't tell you what to do, right? But I do want to encourage you to do this. Type in food shortages, and look at what comes up. Okay, depending on what web browser you use, and what website you go to, they're not really going to promote this topic a lot. Okay, I think that they just don't want to cause panic buying and fear in the people, right? But listen, okay, just me doing a quick search of food shortages, okay, just to see what news and information is out there. They're saying that there is food shortages in Gaza. Okay, we all know, we've seen, maybe you have or have not seen what's happening over there concerning everything that's going on. Okay, here's an article. Okay, so my sources say that officials sound the alarm as potential food shortage could impact millions. That is of a special concern. Okay, again, it looks like they're referring to what's happening in Ukraine. They're saying that a prolonged period of parched conditions in Ukraine has threatened some of the country's food supply. This will be the 7th consecutive year that yields have been at risk. Okay, you may say, Andrea, that's in Ukraine. I'm in the United States, okay, or you're in a different country. But do you know these countries, they export foods to other countries, okay? If they don't have enough for their own, they may not have enough to send to your country, okay? So just because, okay, I want to caution, just because you see that another country is having a potential food shortage, or they're saying, hey, a food shortage is coming, necessarily ignore it, because you need to find out, okay, is this food item something that's grown in the United States or wherever your country, whatever country you live in, because Andrea Speaks TV is global, right? Thank you all so much for your support, whether you're watching United States or if you're watching abroad, okay, in another country. But listen, y'all, the countries, okay, America, United States, they are exchanging food items with each other, okay? Exchanging, importing, exporting food items, right? Listen, these tariffs, okay? We've seen, or maybe you have seen, President Trump imposing tariffs on countries, okay? We've heard Canada in the news. We've heard Mexico in the news. Listen, no, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, okay? I'm going to look into his specific reason as why he's doing that. But that's going to affect the cost of food items. Okay, were you aware of that? So again, y'all, just because I'm reading about international news and the fact that these other countries, some of them may be having food shortages, I want to make you aware that it could potentially affect us here in the United States. Okay, the question I ask you is something for you to think about. Now, you don't have to convince me, okay, but something to put on your mind, something for you to think about is, what is your survival plan? Okay, I've said this before. If you go in the store and there's no food, okay, what are you going to do? What is your survival plan? Do you have emergency food supply stocked up? Do you have survival needs? Some people may have canned goods. Have you been freeze drying food? Okay, there are many different ways to preserve food and food for whether it's long-term or short-term storage. Okay, do you have canned goods? Okay, so choose to garden and grow their own food. I have a gardening playlist here on the channel. You may want to check that out. Okay, I also have my website, preparewithandrea.com. You go on there, emergency food supply, survival needs. I have videos, okay, where some of these same items that have been showing you are talking about. I have those items, okay, not only food items, but do you have water? Okay, all it takes, y'all, unplanned, unexpected event for you to realize, wow, I need this or that. Okay, so while you have time, okay, and while you can find these items, please make sure that you have a plan. Okay. All right. Are there any questions, y'all? That's pretty much what I wanted to come on and say. I just want to just jump in and get straight to the point. Let me know if you all have any questions. Okay. Do you all have any questions? This is a short live. Again, I just want to get straight to the point to let you all know that I'm seeing food shortages. I'm I'm seeing signs, and I post those on the community tab as well. But I'm seeing signs where they're saying temporarily out of stock due to weather conditions, due to supply issues. This item is unavailable. It will not be available this season. It will be available later this season. It is available, but the price has doubled, has tripled. Are you seeing this in your area? Okay. If you are not seeing this in your area, then count it as blessing. But there are many, many people, okay, who I feel like maybe possibly have no idea what's going on and they need to know. Okay. All right. Listen, I hope I've shared some information to help you think about, and again, you're not to me. Okay. But think about what you need to do. Okay. What you need to do for yourself, for your family, to be prepared. Okay. Listen, thank you all so much for on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Take care, be blessed, and I'll be back with more commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV. Okay. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts about everything I shared. Okay. Are you seeing the same thing in your area? What is your plan? Make sure you have a survival plan. Okay. Take care, y'all. Be blessed.